All right. Really proud of our team. Just a complete performance, all three phases. That's really, I think, 2 games in a row that I think we've complemented each other well. Started with the kickoff return to open the game. 40-yard return set us up with good field position, and offense took the ball down, got points. Defense got a 3 and out, and really just created great early momentum. But just a complete performance. I thought it was a dominant game. Second largest margin of victory for us against a ranked opponent in our history. And you know what? That's what we were out to do. We wanted to play our best game today, and I think that we did just that. I thought that we executed really well on offense, ran the ball a lot more than the stats show, but a lot of our runs turned into passes, and we took what was there. I thought our quarterback played awesome. I thought he was a little geeked up early, missed a couple of deep balls where we didn't really get a chance to make a competitive play, but he was on the money. I mean, he made some big time throws. Our receivers did a great job making plays and yards after the catch, we ran the ball enough that really created some explosives in the pass game off the run. I think that was a real mindset for them coming in, was to try to stop us from running the football. But just really thought we protected well. I think they got us twice. One time we had a green dog that we didn't handle very well, but I thought we did a nice job from a protection standpoint. And again, just a lot of big plays all across the board. So did a good job down there in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. Travis had 3 touchdowns. I think he's the first guy in the history of our school to have 3 games in a row, 3 touchdowns in 3 games in a row. And defensively, just a dominant performance. They got outside of us a couple of times on the stretch play, but we really did a nice job the entire game. Unfortunate that they got that touchdown. We had a critical penalty on Christian on the roughing the passer, and kind of gave them new life. We were off the field there, and they went down and put a good drive together. But I thought our defense was awesome. We had 10 tackles for loss. We controlled the line of scrimmage, stop on downs, 3 turnovers. Kayvon got a great pick. Jalen got a great pick. And then Big Dex came up with a huge fumble. So just a lot of good things. And then the same thing in special teams, a complete game. Big-time kickoff return. Our kickoff coverage continues to be really good. The punt return, we snuffed out the fake punt. That was a huge, that was a well-designed play that they had, and our guys did a great job having their eyes on the right things, being disciplined, playing their responsibility, and got to stop and create a great field position for the offense. So just, again, I thought the team created energy for each other, and we won the turnover margin. So +2, so that's big for us. I think that puts us back on the plus side of the margin for the season. So that's a great step for us as well. But just proud of our team for so many reasons. I think that their preparation and their commitment was evident today. I really sensed that we were going to play a great game. I really was just trying to keep them loose, as I think they wanted to play this game like Monday. And so it was just a matter of really just kind of keeping them dialed back a little bit. This was a great matchup. 2 undefeated teams. NC State's a very good team. They got a very good defensive front. Unbelievable quarterback. That kid's a great player. And they were leading this league in passing coming in here. And, there was a lot of talk and a lot of challenge, challenging our back 7 on whether or not we could hold up and all that stuff. And I thought our guys did a phenomenal job making plays on the ball, competitive plays. I don't know how many pass breakups we had, but it was a bunch. Started with AJ, the very first one. I think it was the very first, maybe second down. He makes a great play on the ball. Just thought technique-wise we did a really nice job from a coverage standpoint. We were well positioned. Again, our front played well. I thought Nolan Turner played a great game. He was a big factor for us today. We played a lot of dime. and he played a lot of snaps in there and made some big stops. Also had the onside kick for us. So just really a complete game. We didn't win the division, but we control our own destiny, and that's what we wanted to. So we knew the winner of this one was going to be able to say that. And so another tough one next week, going on the road back to Florida State. That's not going to be an easy task. We've never won down there back-to-back trips. So they're one of the best programs in college football history. So I don't really care about what their record is. Don't know what they did today. I just know they're Florida State. So we'll enjoy this tonight. This was a really great win for our team, especially where we are right now. I thought DK came up big for us today. He's a young guy starting to grow up a little bit as well. And so just excited. We played 85 guys. 85 players got in the game, you know, 2 undefeated teams. And that just shows the confidence that we have in our guys. We played a lot of guys early in the game. And I thought Travion Thompson had some big plays today as well. Renfro, he kind of always has 1 or 2 about every game. I thought our 9 men were dominant. You know, T and Justin and DeAndre, I think all of them had some good moments. So just, again, a complete performance, really proud of our team, and, you know, we'll grow from it. Still a lot of things that we can improve on from this game, a lot of mistakes that we can do better.
Coach, you got a lot of questions this week about starting slow offensively. How important was it to get that touchdown in the opening drive to set the tempo for the game?
Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, you know, I as I said earlier, I mean, it's a 4-quarter game, you know, so I don't really freak out if we don't score on the opening drive. I mean, I've been around teams that scored a lot the opening possession, and then we couldn't score crap in the second half. So, you know, I just want to put a good game together, but we want to score every time we get it, to be honest with you, or at least make that drive in with a kick, you know, a punt, an extra point, or a field goal. That's always our goal. But it was great. You know, we had good rhythm right out of the gate, and you know, I thought Tony and Jeff did an awesome job with just our preparation this week, and we did a lot of, like I said, self-study, a lot of crossover study over open date, and you know, we I think came out of the game pretty healthy again, so that's a blessing.
Were you surprised that NC State, you know, 3rd and 20 yards on a draw play, and then they punt on 4th and 1? Were you surprised at that, or was that something you expected?
I mean, I just play the game as they call. I don't try to get in their head and worry about how they call things. That's for them to worry about. I just, you know, whatever they decide to do, if they want to go for it, we're gonna try to stop. We did stop them on I think it was a 4th and 1 right there at the end there. We stopped them on down. So if they want to punt it, we'll put a punt team out there. So whatever. That's for them to answer.
Dabo, have you ever had as much trust in 2nd and 3rd team guys as you do right now?
Probably not. I just think that that's one of our assets this year. This team, we're a very deep team. We've got a lot of guys that deserve to play. A lot of guys who are functional players, meaning that they're going to go play winning football for you. There's not a lot of drop off in certain areas, and we trust them. So I mean, that serves you well, and that was part of our first half of our season. You know, really developing the depth that we have, and some of the young guys too, kind of stepping forward. The Xavier Thomases, those type of guys, the Justin Fosters, DK, you know, Justin Ross, some of these young guys that have stepped up, giving us good depth. Even the guys in the offensive line. I mean, we played a lot of guys up front, so you know, it's good. You see Nolan and Denzel out there early. We trust those guys. I mean, they've earned that, and it just makes us better. It keeps everybody on edge at practice. Every rep counts, and competition is a wonderful thing, and we got a lot of it on this team.
Can you pick back on that? The 85 guys you played today. Talk about Chase Bryce and those guys going in there in the 4th quarter, that drive, 84 yards.
Yeah.
What kind of luxury is it to have the guy like that to throw him in that late in the game and trust him all the way down the field?
And we let them play. You know, I didn't want to go out there and just hand the ball. I want them to play. I mean, Chase needs all the experience he can get. You know, critical decision making. Like I said, a lot of our run game are passes, and he he had some of the same things happen, and it made a great throw to Justin. You know, the ball was supposed to be outside, and Justin kind of came inside, and Chase just reloaded and threw a dart on an inside route and just made the adjustment. They made a couple nice deep ball throws too. I mean, he's a really good football player who's the same thing. His confidence has obviously grown a lot since the Syracuse game, but just the reps he's getting in practice every day, and you know, because they're getting all that work. So it's been good to see those guys go in there and play well, especially those guys up front too. See Linjay got in there, and he's a tough runner, and his confidence has really come on. He's a kid that'll help us for sure down the stretch.
Can you elaborate on what you saw out of the guys on Monday? Were they just kind of stewing, or was it the open day?
You know, we're coming off a bye, and they were ready to get back to work. You know, they were coming out of our leadership meetings and kind of listening to some of the comments of the guys. I just knew that the mindset was right where it needed to be, and then watching how we practiced and how we prepared, there was a real edge to this group all week. They were eager to get back to work, and you know, especially coming off a great performance up there at Wake. You know, they were excited to go play, and then, you know, I mean, listen, you're getting ready to play an undefeated team at home, homecoming, all that stuff. You know, it's a lot of fun. So I think the open date was great, but when you're a competitor, I mean, it was nice, but I think everybody missed playing, and we were ready to get back to work. So I knew it wasn't going to take much to get them ready from a mindset standpoint, but I thought our leadership just did another awesome job this week.
Speaking
Dabo,
of eager,
what's the potential of the offense now, given what we saw out of the passing game and how you're able to run the ball with Travis and the other guys?
Well, I think that I think we have the opportunity to be a special group. I think we've demonstrated unbelievable explosiveness. I don't know that I've ever had a team with this type of explosiveness, so that bodes well for us. And then again, our ability to run the football creates problems, you know, because, you know, if you're going to sit back there and play two safeties and all that type of stuff, you know, you're a hat short, and all you got to do is make one guy miss, get to the second level, and you got a chance to get, you know, some really good yards. So it forces people to have to commit to something, and when they commit to stopping the run, it puts a lot of pressure on you. And when you have a team that can throw and catch the way we do, it's where you want to be. So I'm really pleased with where our offense is. I think we're the only team in the country that's top 10 total offense and total defense. So that's a good spot to be in, because you feed each other. You know, it's not like we got to go score 50 points because we're giving up 42. You know, I mean, sometimes we call things a little bit because it's a team game, and you know, sometimes you know what might be field position, whatever, and you know how your defense is playing, and I just think we have the ability to do what we need to do week in and week out. You got to play well, and you got to execute and all that type of stuff. You got to have great preparation, but we have the ability to throw and catch, and we have the ability to run the football. And if we can continue to be committed to that, then we got a chance to be a really good group, because we've got good players. You stay healthy, you get lucky there, but we're a talented group outside, and I think Trevor's he's just going like that. You know, the game's really slowing down for him. I think the big thing that you saw today, he made plays with his legs. I mean, he hurt them. He hurt them. I don't know that nobody really seen him move around a lot, but that kid can run. And you don't think that he's running, but he's a really fast kid. But he just looked very confident today with his feet. You know, the one time in particular, now you know, he'll learn from that mistake. He slid too early, and the rule is it's where you started your slide. You know, and he's a big old 6'6" gangly dude, so, you know, he got to start that slide a little later and get the first down. So that was, you know, he'll learn from that. But the point is, it's 3rd and 10 or whatever, and they go two-man on us. And it's one of the things we've been really challenging him on is letting it, if you recognize that, a lot of coverage, make plays with your legs. That's perfectly within the game. And it's not like he's a statue that can't move back there. He can move. So I thought that was I just think he made big steps forward today in managing the game, and especially with his feet. He's got it with his mind and certainly can make all the throws. But I thought that was a huge difference in the game today, the plays he made with his legs.
Coach, there was a play card on the sideline that had a laptop, an image of it.
That was the ultimate troll, wasn't it? Isn't that what y'all call that? That was a troll. Isn't that what you call it? I was hoping y'all might notice that. Yeah, that was the coaches. I think they wanted to have a little fun with that. And I said, well, hey, if you earn it, put it up there. So I don't think you saw it till the fourth quarter. So it was kind of that was a troll, as you say.
Was it potentially the play for Dexter Lawrence to get in the end zone? Was it for him to get the ball at the end of the first half?
The laptop? What?
No. Was Dexter Lawrence going to get the ball at the end of the first half there? Was that the call?
Oh, heck no. I'm going to give the ball to Dexter Lawrence. And if he was, I wouldn't tell you. Talk about when we jumped offside, Garrett jumped offside. Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. But, no, we weren't giving it the 90.
Dabo, despite what this program has become and what you've proved already, how much does it feel like you guys are still getting overlooked? I mean, this was a battle of unbeatens and it wasn't even a test, but nationally, attention, whatever, does it still feel like you're not getting the due attention you deserve?
No, we ain't worried about that. We're just getting ready for Florida State, man. I mean, shoot, these guys are we know what we're capable of doing. And, I mean, all you can do is play the games one at a time. That's what we try to do. So we're not worried about all that stuff. Did anybody else get beat? So there's 4 Power Fives undefeated still left. Is that right?
Purdue, Ohio State.
Well, there you go. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, it's not easy. And I know there were a couple other teams, Central Florida, Cincinnati, and
Cincinnati lost.
They lost in South Florida. So, there's not many teams at any level. Power 5, non-Power 5. There's 130 teams. Man, it's hard to win. It's hard to do what this team has done so consistently. So, especially when you beat a good team like NC State. NC State's a good football team. They just ran into a team today that played to their potential. And, so NC State will go on and have a great year for sure. And they're not out of this. I mean, they got to hope we screw it up, but they're not out of it. And we're not in. We got 20-something more days left of ACC play before we can punch a ticket to Charlotte. So we gotta stay focused, stay humble, stay hungry, show up, stay committed to the preparation that it takes to give yourself a chance to win week in and week out, because we got some more really tough battles coming our way.
Did you plan anything maybe different than other teams in order to contain Kelvin Harbin, or was it just your guys beat him?
Well, I think that, he had a career high on us last year. I think he had 8 catches, 155 yards to be exact. And our guys accepted the challenge. I mean, listen, they outplayed us. Our defense was awful last year. They had almost 500 yards on us. That same group. We didn't play very well against them defensively last year. We ran the ball well on them last year. I think we averaged over 6 yards. We didn't have a sack, but we missed some plays. But they threw the ball all over us, 300-something yards, and number 3 had a heck of a game on us. So our guys were excited for the challenge, and thought they stepped up. And did he get hurt? Was he the kid that got hurt at the end? I wasn't sure what number that was.
19.
Okay, hopefully he's okay. But he's a great player, but our guys were dialed in to try to play better defensively than we did last year.
Dabo, how unique is it to be a part of a team that seems to be gaining as much positive progress week to week as this one does 7 games this deep into the season?
Well, I think we're in a good place. I do think we're improving. There's no way is our best football behind us. I think we've got still a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of things when we watch the tape. We missed some opportunities. that we'll learn from. But you know, the biggest thing is these guys are eager to improve. You know, they don't have a mindset of, you know, we're this great team. We're just not. We're a good team. We got the potential to be a great team. So I just like the work ethic. But it's fun. It's fun to be a part of. This is a fun team to coach. They're a lot of fun. They're eager. They're hungry. They know what they want, and they're willing to put the work in to try to achieve that.
Coach, this defensive line is shining brightest so far this season. A lot of big personalities, a lot of preseason hype, and the numbers are all there, but it seems like we're talking about the offense last 20 minutes or so. What do you think these guys are?
Well, that's a positive to me. We've talked enough about that defensive line. I mean, they've been magazines, TV shows, I mean, you name it. We've done it all. So they just need to play, and that's the best thing. They're just playing, and they're having fun. They're doing a great job. They're humble, and they are great leaders. You know, our best players on this team are unbelievably committed, sold out, you know, to the program and to lead the other guys and to set the example for the way things are supposed to be. So that's the best thing about those guys. They're great players. They've done an unbelievable job to this point. But it's just their leadership. It's the example that they set every day that they show up over here, every single day. That's what makes them special.
Coach, what did you see from NC State that you liked on the fake punt call? And was Will supposed to kind of stay in his crouch?
Field goal, fake field goal.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We thought we actually, I think we walk in. We walk in untouched, probably to score right there. It was a shame that we didn't get that executed. But we had a low snap, number one, and Will was a little early leaving. So just didn't. I think if the snap's up, probably fine. But it was low and a little behind. So we didn't execute that well. But I thought our guys up front blocked it. I mean, they're going to be sick when they see that, because I think they walk in right there. And we're going to get the first down, no doubt about it. So it's just something we worked out. It was like the perfect opportunity, because we had the first down, then we didn't get the first down. So, you know, we had a lot of time to kind of talk about it, and tried the field goal out there. And, I mean, it was oh, man, it was there. So I hate it didn't work out, but just something we saw on game plan.
Were you surprised that NC State didn't adjust a ton on defense and kept loading the box?
Well, I mean, that's kind of what they did, you know, in all the games. They didn't really do a whole lot different. They played a little bit of double cloud on some third down situations. They played a little bit of two-man, but they played a lot of Buffalo and a lot of quarters and a lot of cover one safety type stuff. That's what they do. You know, I think they're a good team because they're committed to what they do. But you know, we just kind of kept going to the well because we thought it was we were going to win the matchups more than not, and give them credit. They did a nice job, you know, in some of their twists up front and some of their stumps, some of their loopers. You know, we ran the counter a couple times and the three techniques, looping around, and made some nice plays. They did a couple nice things with their zone. They plugged the backers a few times and slanted a bunch. So they were a tough group against the run, but I think if we'd have handed some balls off more, we probably would have busted some. But you know, we did that against Syracuse, because I wasn't allowing us to read nothing, because I wasn't going to put the game in Chase's hands, not early. I just felt like he needed to grow it. So we just ran the ball against terrible odds, and everybody took ownership because they knew that's what we were going to have to do. This was a different game, and we're in a different place. And so, you know, we want to be a team that can make those plays. And so if you don't give your guys opportunities to take advantage of the one-on-ones and things like that, you don't ever grow, you know, from a confidence standpoint. So, you know, we let them go, and we let Trevor play. Man, he did an awesome job. This is a true freshman out there, and I mean, he's making a lot of these decisions. We're giving him the tools, and we're giving him the decisions, you know, during the week. But you know, I just thought he executed really, really well. Made really good decisions the whole game.
Coach Potter ran out there to kick a field goal in the fourth quarter. You called a timeout and then ran Spence
I told him
out.
that still counts as a miss in my book. Should have made it anyway.
Was Potter just not supposed to be out?
No, we had him out there, and then I wanted to get Spence in there. You know, as a senior, it's homecoming, and I just wanted to get Spence in there and give him an opportunity to kick one. That's it. And I wanted to get Jack Maddox in there to snap. I don't think he's snapped yet, and I didn't know if I'd get another opportunity based on where we're in the game. So that was really it.
Dabo, after Texas A&M, a lot of folks tried to come in and talk about the defensive backfield. Have they vindicated themselves in your eyes as far as the Syracuse, Wake Forest, and now this game, performance-wise?
Well, we're getting in rhythm. We just made a lot of mistakes. First of all, again, you know, don't take anything away from Texas A&M, but you know, we didn't know a lot about Texas A&M, and we were out of position a little bit on them, and then they made some unbelievable plays where we were well positioned, you know. So give them credit, but it was like an opener. I mean, we were not. We didn't look like you know, the Green Bay Packers out there or anything like that. But it was a starting point, and we found a way to win. It was disappointing to be up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and you know, we gave up some really bad plays. But we learned from it, and we went back to work, and we gotten better. So, you know, this is 3 games in a row against some kind of traditional offenses, as opposed to 3 out of 4 games playing triple option. So just the practice reps and all that type of stuff, I think, has helped us, and then just the confidence from the games that they played in. And we got good players. I mean, listen, AJ and Trayvon and Mark, those 3 guys have done a great job, and Kayvon and Muse. Muse is having a great year. Nolan, emerged to him, and Denzel. We've got a really good group that we have a lot of confidence in. And then we got those young guys have gained a little bit of experience, and Kyler and Mario. Lee Anthony got in there a little bit tonight too. So we're just kind of getting in rhythm, I think. So that was probably the thing I was most pleased with. Just the plays we made competitively today, and the positioning. We were in position, you know, and they had some. There one time they got behind us on the double move. AJ didn't do a good job of playing through the, you know, collisioning through the double move. That was the one time that we kind of at the mercy there, and thank goodness they missed that one. But other than that, we were really right there all day, and our guys did a great job of competing for the ball.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys, thank you all.